Yeah, once again from the great minds of non-talmBout. Talking about flag. Second drop in this all-season series. This week we talking about girls flag. Got a few coaches in here from high school, youth, college, and women's. Different perspectives, same game. Hit that like button, drop a comment, make sure you subscribe. Let's get to it. Now, talking about how'd you end up coaching girls flag and what surprised you the most once you actually got into it?
So I just started coaching. I started coaching at for Prince William County at Osborne Park. It was just a club sport, but now it's an official sport.
Okay.
So I kind of was assistant, but then I moved to head coach. So I'm head coach for Osborne Park Girls High School, and then I started coaching with Vontae for their travel team because I brought some of my girls over there.
For me, and hopefully these questions might be a little long winded, but what got me into coaching flag was my child. She was 9 years old. She went to an all girls flag football camp.
So I ended up coaching girls. It was the Aim High Youth League, the local league out here in Fairfax. Um, my sister wanted to start coaching because she had came out to watch one of my boys' games, and I was like, let's coach girls, and that's how I got into it.
Shout out to Coach Dre Jackson. He's a big part of this story. Coach Dre and his daughter, Jasmine, they were at the camp. Now, Jasmine was older, so she helped her dad do the drills. So she wasn't like a part of the camp. She just helped her dad. But my daughter was there. She did the camp. My daughter was embarrassingly trash at the camp. So garbage that after the camp was over with, I'm like, yo, hurry up, get the stuff, let's go. I don't even want to see nobody walk. I don't want nobody to see me walking with you because you was embarrassing out there. You was embarrassing. As I'm telling her to come on, she look at me and say, Daddy, I think I want to play this.
And you coach boys and girls, or?
So I did the boys last year. I did the high school boys last year. We ended up winning East Coast Nationals.
Okay.
But this year I'm kind of just sticking to the girls.
So it was coming to our high schools. So we were asked last year if anyone was interested, and I, without hesitation, said that I was interested. And then when it actually school year actually started, they again, is anybody interested? I was like, yes, I'm still interested. And that's how I got here.
Okay.
My first response, you sure? I seen what I seen out there.
Yeah.
You sure about this? He was like, yeah. But the only way I'm gonna do it is if you coach. Now she didn't, you know what I'm saying, because we didn't play. She just been at the game, seen me play.
Yeah.
So I said, what, man, ain't nobody never seen. I never coached before. I only played.
Yeah.
And well, I ain't playing unless you coach. I said, well, look, I'll assistant coach because I don't know what I'm doing. She said, that'll do.
Okay.
So I signed up for the league. I was refereeing in the league, no part-time gig. So I had a rapport with the commissioner. I signed up for assistant coach. He calls me and say, hey, Red, man, look, I know you signed up for assistant coach. I'm going to need you to head coach. What? Yeah, man, you're going to be all right. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You're going to be coaching with another lady. Oh, it's enough players for the third team. I'm going to be the third coach. So the commissioner is the third coach, and the lady is, and she didn't coach boys before. This is ridiculous. So that's how I wound up getting into it, though.
What was the other question?
What surprised you the most once you actually got into it?
I actually just started enjoying the girls more, man. For real. It's again, we all both grew up playing sports and stuff like that, and then as you get older, you start coaching boys, and then you're like, man, they're not really paying attention. They're not listening to me. It feels like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then come game day, the boys can react to everything. They don't do nothing right in practice, but boys' reaction, I'm like, dang, he was listening to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So girls is a little bit different, and what I like about girls is the attention that they bring. Like when you speak, they're all paying attention. Like girls are more willing to learn. They want to learn.
Their competition level for real.
Hmm.
Like they're just as competitive, even more than the boys for real.
Okay.
And it's like you could tell them something, and you could tell them something week 1, they remember it by week 6 going into playoffs.
Okay.
Boys, you tell them week 1, you gotta remind them week 3, week 4.
How'd you end up coaching women? Because you coach ARU, correct?
Yeah, so the way I ended up coaching women, so I coached with Chase for real down at Weekend Warrior. We won that jump, like the C group for women, and then we ended up getting home. You know, my sister was already on ARU. We ended up getting home one weekend. My sister and them was out in, I think, PA or Jersey. They had just won a tournament. My sister called me. She said, "Brother," I said, "What's good?" She was like, "Do you want to coach ARU's women's?" And I was like, "Give me like a day or two to think about it," because it was some personal stuff going on at that time. She was like, "All right." 2 days later, I was like, "Yeah, I coach y'all," and that's how I ended up over there.
Okay.
And sometimes they listen too well because you're like, hey, this is your area. I need you to be over here. And then the play happens. They're like, why didn't you scoot over a little bit? They's like, well, coach, you told me to be right here. Right? I'm like, yeah, I get it. Yes, you are correct. I told you to be right here. But if a girl's standing 3 feet from you, just slide over a little bit. So I like the girls a little bit better is because they make you feel like they need you there.
Okay.
Like they want coaching.
What surprised me the most about coaching girls, because I started out coaching youth boys, the girls are more attentive because they don't really know as much as the boys. Most boys play tackle. So when they step on the flag world, they think they got every trick in the bag. They think they know how to run every route. They go, no, no, I got it. But with the girls, they're they're new to the sport as a whole. So they just want to be great. They want to do good. They want to leave practice better than how they were when they showed up. So I would say the focus um, and just the will to want to grow within the sport.
Okay. Okay.
I guess how much I would like it. Because I never really saw myself as a coach. Like, yeah, I understand flag football, but I never was like, oh, let me go out here and be a head coach.
What part of the game surprised you the most once you really started watching? Excuse me.
How much it got my attention because I kind of was like, man, flag football, girls, and I kind of damn let it fall by the wayside. But then when I started watching, and this ain't no pun, no bar, no nothing, bro. The wayside, the way they were able to dip and dodge, they were slippery. That's what that's the perfect terminology. They were slippery. And I'm like, girls, and at that time, I think when she was playing, it was boys, and she was still playing co-ed.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so playing co-ed, what boys play football in the fall because you know what I'm saying, they were trying to tackle. So, but I like that because when a girls' league came about, it made her more chippier on the field.
What's the biggest difference between coaching women and younger girls?
The biggest difference, honestly. Oh, that's a hard one. Ooh, that's a hard one right there. I would say, I mean, one, of course, talent level. The women are more developed. You know what I'm saying? It's talent level, but also the interaction. Like you can interact with your women's team a little more different than you can interact with your girls team. Like you can be more authentic, like uncut yourself sometimes with your women's team, like the way you talk to them, where you gotta dial it back a little bit with your girls team because they're younger. They're not used to that.
Okay. That makes sense.
So it's like, for example, my little sister, she messing up. I can be me. I can talk to her the way I want to talk to her. Like, yo, get this shit right. Come on, man, you got this. Let's keep it going with the kids. It's okay. Take your time. Like I really can't be authentic, but at the end of the day, regardless, I'm authentic with my women's team and my girls team. Like they both get talked to the same way. For me, that's just for me. Like I want my girls on the level of the ARU women. So however I gotta do it is how we gotta do it. I ain't gonna change me.
Girls flag is booming right now. What do you think needs to happen next for it to really take off?
Well, with myself being a Division I head coach, I'm the first head coach at Rutgers for the women's Rutgers flag football team.
Salute.
I just feel as though we just got to, as a whole, grand scheme of things, we just have to keep our foot on the gas.
I think that in order for it to take off, the next generation actually has to take it serious. Like you have some girls out there that actually do want to play, and you have some girls out there that want to play because the guys are looking at them, or like I feel like you actually have to want to play. You can't just do it because you think you look cool, you think you look cute. Like you actually need to play.
You and I both know the sport's been growing tremendously from the youth to the adult scene these past couple years. And I feel like we just need to stay consistent with pushing the envelope forward for the youth, for the girls, for the women, which lead to the adults. Because there's a lot of um, opportunities. There's a lot of opportunities. And I feel as though with the college teams and the programs that have started teams now and the years prior to, the access or the value and a roster spot for any college team is going up as years to come. These past couple years, even this one, these colleges, I'm not going to say it was almost easy, but it's going to be a lot harder to get a college offer or roster spot with these years to come just because the sport is growing.
I think the men need to shut their mouths and let the women do the work. I definitely, but in that same respect, I think that, if I tell someone I'm a flag football coach, I get giggles. And I'm like, why? Because I'm a woman? Like, nothing. You came, like, what was your background? Like, what kind of history do you have? You don't know me, like to just judge because I'm a female or to laugh. We have girls football and to hear that giggle, I think there's a huge, level of respect. Our home game, we had, I think, maybe 6 students came out to watch. So I really think it's getting that support, and it starts at the leadership level, right? So if you were coaching the boys football team, and our coach definitely did talk to their players, so I'm not saying ours did not, but like as a leader, like, hey, I'm going to the game. You guys need to come to and support these girls. They're coming out to your game. We need to come out to theirs. Like, I think it kind of needs to go from the top as a leadership thing to really garner that support, whether it is, the media. It really depends on where we're at talking about high school. If we're talking about college level, I love how much it's getting in the college level. I have a couple of players that are extremely interested and really wanting to play at the college level. I think that's been huge, and getting that word out.
Just keep pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Because my daughter that plays, she got inspired. You know what I'm saying? After when she started playing at a family reunion, bro. First game played at a family reunion. You know what I'm saying?
They're pouring into the sport, so I can't say they need to pour into the sport. It's just they just got to cultivate it. Some things take time. It's in the beginning and it's everywhere. As long as they keep eyes on the sport and they keep pushing it forward, I think it's going to be in a great place.
The biggest thing is I think we have to have a mind, like our mindset has to shift to taking it seriously.
Man, I think they're doing pretty good with it, really. I mean, I think once it gets in high schools, that's the first goal, is like get it in high schools, then you can get it to colleges and stuff like that. I think really they're just trying to go straight. They're kind of trying to start college first instead of getting it through schools to get all the kids familiar with it, used to it, seeing it. So it's kind of hard to start something at the highest level when you don't start it, from the ground first.
All right, from a parent's view, what does girls flag need right now? More exposure, better coaching, more tournaments? What do you think?
More exposure. You know what I'm saying? Just like more exposure because I don't want it to turn into it ain't no shade, the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? I know people they most want to watch women's NCAA before they watch WNBA.
Okay.
My oldest daughter that played basketball, I said, if you make it to the next level, you know what I'm saying, and go to college and do this, do you see yourself in the WNBA? She said no. I would much rather go play out in another country before I played for the WNBA.
Okay.
And I was like, so damn. So as long as it's getting the exposure, and I like, you know what I'm saying, I think the excitement behind it, it won't fall into, you know what I'm saying, that realm of what the WNBA is. They can't get people, they can't get viewership, they can't get sponsorship.
Yeah.
Women's flag football, if it takes off, it's not going to need, you know what I'm saying, any male push, but it is going to get a male push because you got the guys, the razzle dazzle guys. That shit catches their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of dudes, I'm not gonna say, I mean, coming from playing basketball, I'm not gonna say dudes don't respect female basketball players, but I feel like there's a more respect for female flag football players from male flag football players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
I
it's
guess
like
because
they play hand to hand together. You know what I'm saying? Like you could play back, you know what I'm saying? You could play football together, but it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you still take something off of it.
Yeah.
A girl playing in a guy's basketball game, they not taking nothing off of it.
Yeah. And I guess in girls in flag football co-ed, like the girls are more important than the dudes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I think it's gonna organically, you know what I'm saying, bring both sets of eyes.
Last week on 4th and 10.
And then we get on the sideline and we, seeing that aspect of it, the community of it, is really what drew me into playing more and more flags. So I appreciate you guys and what you're doing here on this platform is awesome, man. And I really do appreciate the invite. Yeah.
These 4th and 10s will not stop. Every Wednesday, we got y'all. NahmTalmBout. What's harder to teach, pulling flags or catching the ball?
Pulling flags.
For the girls.
Yeah.
Catching the ball. Catching the ball. Catching the ball. Oh my God.
Oh, Lordy. You know how many times we had to practice putting on flags? I would still say catching.
Like pulling flags, because you could do flag pulling drills. Like I've seen girls have a bad flag pulling week, or in the beginning of the season, I don't know if they could pull flags. We'll do flag pulling drills half of practice, 2 weeks. We all pulling flags. All sorts of players pulling flags now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So catching the ball, you gotta do stuff outside of practice to get better at catching if you want to be depended on.
But I would say before becoming a coach, I thought putting on flags was easy. Like, I don't know. But definitely catching. I mean, we actually mentioned about people growth. We had a girl, she was a little road runner. I mean, fastest thing you've ever seen on 2 legs. Girl got no hands. And by the end of the season, her improvement and everyone cheering her on, yes, she got it, was amazing. And she's one of the ones I mentioned that has a very, very good future in flag.
That's something you learned when you started coaching, or you thought it'd be the other way around, or what?
When I started coaching the girls, I only had 2 girls that knew anything about flag football. So I had to start from the basics, but I feel like learning how to catch a ball is so much easier than pulling a flag, because you have girls that are going in with one hand, or they're not going with both with their body. They're just reaching. So, and they don't understand the concept that you have to pull down. You can't swipe it. So I feel like that was harder to teach.
Well, I just learned something just now, what you was just saying a little bit. All right, what's one thing parents think coaching is versus what it really is?
Parents think coaching is just automatic wins.
It's crazy. We just had a meeting about stuff like this too.
I think that parents think, I don't want to say that because I don't think there's in general, right? as a parent, I can say, yeah, I thought it was a lot of play calling, and just making sure they're, to your best ability, the right people are in the right positions. I had, some parents with absolutely amazing support that saw it for way more than that. So I don't want to say parents in general. Um, for me, it's coaching. And again, just like I said, I'm a teacher. It's about mentoring and being a difference, whether it's, winning the championship or just making a difference to that one player that one day.
You know what I'm saying? God told me this, man. My God, man. Shout out to my guy, man, my brother, man. 503 Lion put this in my ear when Julian couldn't catch. And he was like, Raid, I don't know if you know, but your child don't get better in practices. Team practices are for the team to get better, not your child. It's for the team to get better. If you want your child to get better, you have to either pay someone to go out there or go out there yourself with them, work it out, and they will get better. Bottom line, point blank, period. It is no other way around it. I mean, some people, I never played football. I'm not athletic. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Well, pay somebody to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put your money where your mouth at. But they're not going to get better just in practice. Yes, the team going to get better. So, naturally, they're going to.
What parents think it is?
Yeah.
So as when we were growing up, parents couldn't say nothing to coaches. Like if one of my family members said something to a coach, or I seen another kid's parents say something to coach, and I'm like, man, Johnny might not be here tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or the whole team's running. Like, you're complaining? What are you complaining about? Like, nah.
Yeah.
So I think now social media has turned, kids don't get to develop now. They want instant success or gratification because they want a like on Facebook or a like on Instagram. They want their video to be seen, and they don't really learn the techniques and stuff like that needs to be. So parents are like, why ain't my kid playing? Like, why? I'm like, do you watch him at practice? Like, he's got a lot to learn. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I say. Like, give your kid some grace. Like, don't make it hard on your kid by complaining to coaches.
I got a lot of slack, I think, from parents being the female coach. Whereas if there was a male in the field, they would kind of talk to that male over me. So again, I definitely felt some of that. But by the end of the season, I think I got all their respect, and they were very supportive of me. Had a little situation, and parents definitely were right behind me, right on my back, supporting me, and that they could have gone the other way, and they didn't, which made me feel great.
But nah, you got to get out there, man. It's been countless hours. Me and Julian out there catching tennis balls, football, throwing it as hard as I can at her. You know what I'm saying? All that's gonna come, because this is how it's gonna be once you get to a certain level anyway. So we gonna work on this now, and get you together now, so you can be dependent on to throw you the ball. Now, she got like the best hands on the team. You know what I'm saying? She gets busy. So I and like I said, I don't be one to brag like she the nicest ever, because there's other girls that's nice too. But to go from embarrassing your dad to go from embarrassing your dad to your dad can sit confidently and talk about how good you are. It's a good journey, man.
To me personally, one thing I think parents think that coaching is my kids on your team, so my the bulk of your energy, you have to be 1,000 locked in with my kid. Cool, understand that, but on the other side of coaching, it's a lot of kids out here, even the one that's not on your team, that you see you can help, right? So say I got a group of girls now. I got 3 kids that got college looks. 3 girls right now, right? But say there's a girl that's not in my program that's trying to get to that next level, and hey, coach, I've seen your team with you. You know, I play with this group. Like I have looks, but I don't know how to reach out. I'm going to help them too. So yes, y'all are my team, but I'm also here to help everybody else as well. Like my whole goal with this coaching jump for the girls, one, yes, to win. I love winning. Everybody loves winning. Winning makes stuff easier. But my main goal, just like it was with my AU program, to get these girls to school. Like now, the path has opened up to where they can get scholarships playing flag football. So guess what? We're gonna take advantage of that path because it's new, it's fresh. They're looking for everybody. So we're gonna take advantage of that. Let's go. So that's my main goal is to get these girls to school, help their parents out in a way that it's easy for their parents. Like that's my ultimate goal. Like, yeah, you know, the coaching, being there every day, coaching, running this, that's not my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is at the end of your high school, at the end of your high school days, when it's time to sign a letter, you are sitting at a table signing a letter to go play sports. You got a partial scholarship, Scott, you got something to where it's easier on your parents.
What's a rule, standard, or non-negotiable you enforce that's bigger than football?
Be respectful of your teammates. Like, if I see you putting a player down for him not being able to do it as well as you, or a girl not being able to do it as well as you, because again, we're all learning, right? Again, especially in girls, like I personally have 3 daughters, so anything, their confidence ain't to where boys are growing up, right? So for me, it's like, hey, if this girl's trying something and I'm trying to teach her something, and you're in the background giggling, man, I'm not putting up with that. Like, because I guarantee you, there's something you might be laughing at her because she can't run a comeback or a post correctly, knowing daggone well you probably can't run an out or a curl. So don't make fun of people because again, the female flag football shit, it's a learning process. I don't play around when you clown your teammates for trying to learn something.
That's bigger than football?
Yeah.
Focus on things that you can control, and if you're unsure of things, be unsure full speed.
I like that. I like that. And that's funny because this is your second time on here. And you're honest. I do remember that answer. Like when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, he's told me that before. I forgot what my question was, but that was definitely your honest. I like that. That's your man, your words on the say. I like that.
That's a fact.
Respect.
Okay.
So it's respecting yourself, respecting each other, respecting your coach. Yeah, like that's non-negotiable for me. If you can't respect, like that's just I have no words.
I like that.
Commitment's important, right? But you can work on commitment. You can work on, but like respect is something like within, and you know they need a little guidance sometimes. But yeah, that's a definitely non-negotiable for me.
Okay, I respect that.
I would say being a good teammate, just dealing with high school girls, it's a lot of drama. So I would just say making sure like the golden rule really just treat everyone how you want to be treated.
Man, family for real, family for real. Like at the end of the day, I understand we all coming from different areas. You know, some people, for example, some of our women players don't live in the DMV no more. They're outside DMV, but it's family when we all get together. Like as long as we a team and we a family, we can do whatever we want to do. Once that divide start happening in the family, like it it blows everything up. And, you know, I had to teach my youngins that a couple weeks before we went to Florida. I like one day I was at work. I'm sitting there thinking before practice, and I was like, funny thing is, I don't think none of my kids could tell me one thing about one of their teammates right now. And to me, I don't like that because I can tell you about my teammates. So we circled up, we was ready to do a drill, and I stopped the drill and I said, "Yo, tell me about such and such," and couldn't nobody tell me. And I was like, "That's the problem. We don't know our teammates. How the ship gonna work? Like y'all got to." I was like, and I told my young quarterback, I said, "Look, you need to know everybody bigger and better than everybody else to know each other because the ship goes where you go." So family is big with me when it comes to the teams.
I like that. I like that. All right, last question. Who's louder? The girls, the parents, or you?
Oh man, that's tough because it's girls. You know, they always girls are active, bro. Girls are active.
I'm gonna say the coach. I'm gonna say myself. I'm gonna say parents first, coach second, players third, and only because the parents are behind the sidelines, so they're behind the coach
Mhm.
and some of the players, and then they're definitely they're 2 layers behind the players that are on the field. But I know for a fact the players can hear the parents, and when they want to, they can hear me when they pick and choose. The players are the least loud because they be having the mouthpieces in. So
Mm.
even when they do communicate, us coaches and the parents definitely, if we can't hear them, we definitely can't understand them. And I'm gonna leave my answer there.
Probably me. I feel like that's just how I coach because I'm passionate about any and everything that I do. So I'm always down in, down out every play. And I communicate whether it's good or bad. So when they record our games on the sideline, you pretty much just hear me communicating the whole time.
I got a voice. I'm gonna say parents. I got 2 parents, man. I think they heard them in like 2 counties over. But I loved it because the girls are, and I loved it. They were positive. They were fantastic. I had just the best parents.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed the time. I appreciate this.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me out.
Figured I'll talk to somebody whose daughter's actually participating in this sport. This her first year playing or what?
No. This third season.
But like I said, I've heard that plenty of times. Niggas be like, yo, if you go to a tournament, just go watch a women's game.
Yeah, like
I've heard
even when
that plenty of times.
even when I'm at the tournaments, we pull up to the tournament. There could be first thing I do where the women's zone at,
Yeah.
right? And everybody look at me. I'll be like, bro, y'all can go watch the men's, bro. I'm going over here because this is where the game is at, bro. Like this is like the fundamentals of the game. Like they doing the right things. They running the right routes. They doing the right things. Not saying the men's game we don't do the right thing, but I'm saying we like I said we men, so we do all of our athleticism. We do
Rely
what's
on that.
natural. Yeah, what's natural to us. Some of us do. A lot of them. Not saying myself. Some of us do.
Mm-hmm.
But with the women's game, it's pure. Like that game is lovely. Like that joint is amazing to just sit back and be like, they going crazy. Especially the internet when the international girls come over here. I promise you, bro. I suggest if you're at anybody that's at a tournament, watch the international women play. They ball out.
Man, but yeah, as always, man, I appreciate your time, man. Salute to you on that, man.
Appreciate you.
How'd you end up getting how'd you end up at Rutgers? Excuse me.
So our team president and captain, Allison Ganlon, he's a friend of mine. We played co-ed, H co-ed together locally and on the travel team.
About rap. Those 3 words made me wake up. Literally.
Real talk. Real talk.
Talking about rap.
You got something to talk about besides last night?
Yeah, so
Feels better. Throwing a dot between defenders, catching a bomb from Danny, or hitting the Kai route on some dude.
The Kai route. All right, tell Kai that is now called the Grace route. And we'll take a vote on that anyways. Just kidding, Kai.